Thank you, David. Yeah, so good afternoon. It'll be a little bit of a different format today. We'll have the groups, but after the groups, we'll just do another shortish meditation. Yeah. So for the next 2 days, let's see if we can do a little bit more meditation as well, kind of in the business end of the retreat, as it were. So we'll cut down a little bit on the talking and do a bit more sitting. I'm just going to make one rather, it might seem slightly cryptic remark, I don't know. For some reason it's on my mind and it's been going around my mind today. And I just want to say that insight from a Buddhist perspective is relational. Yeah? So it isn't something that just happens in your head. It's something that happens between you and the rest of the world. Okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. You can make what you want out of that. I mean, it's sort of I mean, in a way, it's quite obvious, but I don't know. I'm not sure that I've articulated it like that before, and I think it came out of that Dogen Zenji quote that I used a few days ago when he's talking about the self. To follow the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be enlightened by all the can't think of the word, myriad things. So it's something, it happens in relationship. And interestingly enough, Sangharakshita, this issue, I don't know if this is some of Sangharakshita's little sayings or axioms used to be very popular. I don't know if this one's still popular, but he was quite keen on saying that the bodhicitta is more likely to arise among a group of people than an individual, or it is a group phenomenon, which I think is getting at the same thing. This is one of the reasons he was very keen on such things as community, sangha, right, team-based, right livelihood, and all this. Yeah. Because actually, our transformation tends to happen in relationship. Yeah. It might be a relationship with other people, it might be a relationship with the natural world. But it's a relational phenomena. And this is because psyche is a relational, I don't even know what to say psyche is, but psyche is relational. It's not just in your head. It's not just in your head. Okay, so let's meditate. So get yourselves comfortable. Right, we'll do something a little bit different this afternoon. We'll do something which is sort of a bit more directly addressing the practice that we do, development of loving kindness, or the metta bhavana. Bhavana, to cultivate. I've always liked that translation of bhavana, cultivation. it implies that the sort of seeds are there already. It's a kind of tending to. Anyway, we're going to do something around that, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a calling of a name. So we've been doing quite a lot of mantra chanting. Mantra chanting is normally, it's not always, but most mantras are a calling of the name. Yeah? So whether it's Amitabha or some are not quite a calling of the name, like Avalokiteshvara is not his name, is it? But most of them are the name, Tara mantra or whatever. It's a calling of that name, and this is a very kind of ancient idea, really. Knowing the name and calling something into presence. Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to try calling our own name. I mean, because you're alone, well, most of you are probably alone. If you wanted to do it, you do it out loud. That's up to you. Or you can just do it internally. But what I want you to do is to try and find a way of imagining, either if it's an internal voice, I want you to try and find a voice that really encompasses a sense of real unconditional love. And we're just going to try and put that feeling into our own name. It could be the name you use every day, or it could be, I mean, if you're an order member, it could obviously either be your order name or your name given at birth. When I do this, I mean, sometimes it comes out as Paramananda. More often, to be honest, it comes out as John, which was my name, is my name, was my birth name, as it were. And that more often it seems that the voice, and I've wondered about this because, I've been ordained for nearly 40 years now, so I wondered about this, but I think maybe it's because our childhood is so formative, and our basic relationship with love, in a way, I think has owes so much to our childhood, and there's something, I don't know, for me, there's something quite tender about kind of remembering myself as a child, Quite often, I've said this before, but quite often when I'm doing this, it's not actually me calling my name, and it's not quite my mother. It's a bit like in Dream, it is my mother, but it isn't quite my mother, if you know what I mean. And I quite often just remember being called in from the garden by my mother. Yeah. But anyway, see what happens. So, there's no hard and fast rules. But the thing is whatever voice, whether it's your voice or imagined other voice, you're trying to imagine that it's a voice of unconditional love. Yeah. And again, I suggest that you just do your name. You might want to add a bit more to it, if that sort of happens, but keep it simple. So it's not a discussion or an argument or anything. It's just your name called with unconditional love. Anyway, that's all I need to say. I'll kind of lead you into it a little bit, and then we'll just do that and see how you get on with it. Yeah. I hope that's clear. But with all these things that we're doing here, there's not really, that's just, you know, yeah, don't get too hung up about whether you're doing it right or wrong. It's not really the point. So let's start with the world around us, having a sense of that world. And I don't really know what I mean by this, but see if you can have a sense through your body as if it's so it's not quite thinking about the world. It's more like trusting that your body is always in the world. Yeah, even though our conscious awareness quite often isn't in the world, our body is in the world, and your body is kind of aware of the world. Bodies are naturally aware of the world in the same way that you might think of even something like a tree or a plant being aware of the world. It's responding to its environment. This is fundamental to all life. Because all life is interpenetrating, interdependent, all life has a natural kind of sense of the environment, what we're calling the environment. Of course, all life is part of the environment. See if you can sort of imagine through your body, whatever that conjures for you. Don't again, no right or wrong. Yeah. Just imagine the world through the body. It might be that you're imagining the whole planet, or it might be that you're just imagining the space that you're in. Either's fine. And sort of just dropping into the body the idea of earth, and see what response there is to that, particularly is there a response in the leg, the part of your body that's actually in direct contact with the world. I like to imagine earth going down beneath me and also spreading out, in my case, into the cityscape of London, southern England, or wherever you happen to be. Just getting a sense of sitting in place. We're sitting, all of us are sitting somewhere very particular. We don't sit in an abstract space, do we? Our bodies are in a particular time and space. There's a beingness of our body which relates to the beingness of the world around us. And then a sense of the sky above you, go through the ceiling, the roof of your house, your apartment, wherever you happen to be. There's the sky above you, isn't it? Just holding earth and the sheltering sky. The grounding is being in relationship to our environment, which includes both earth and sky, as well as the world around us. Say something nice to your face, eh? May my darling face soften and relax. And find your breath if that's not already apparent. Just notice your breath coming and going, making your body. Your body's made every breath, makes and remakes your body, keeping all those cells, all those millions, not billions. I'm not sure how many cells we have, probably billions of cells alive. Bringing nourishment to them and carrying toxics from them in this constant exchange, very intimate exchange with our environment. Maybe have a sense of your back, the length of your back. When we lengthen the posture, we shouldn't be sticking our chest out and causing a curvature in the back. Or try and imagine lengthening the back by releasing the head upwards and imagine the pelvis dropping. And imagine your spine not just as bone, because there is bone there, but there's also soft tissue, fluid. Perhaps most importantly, the spine is an energetic channel, isn't it? Exchanging, I really like the word information, but you know what I mean. Electric, your spine conducting impulses, have this electric fluid spine. This is what you feel like now. Whatever place it is you are in. Face, the face. Whenever we do the metta bhavana, whenever we do any meditation really, but particularly anything to do with love, we need to soften our face. Having a sense of the length of your spine from root extended to crown at the top there. Be aware of what's below the heart, supporting the heart. Be aware of what's above the heart, which is also supporting the heart. So we get support both from the holding earth, from the expansive, limitless sky, inviting both of these energies, which is another way of speaking, can be understood as the feminine and masculine energetics of our body. going to imagine our own name spoken with unconditional love. You might just imagine it once and have a little gap. Imagine it again. What's important is the quality of voice. So the mantra is meant to hold the quality of the bodhisattva. It refers to the calling of our own name. That's a quality of unconditional love. You might like to imagine this happening in your heart area, if that works for you. As I say, if you want to try it, by all means, you can vocalize it, or you can just keep it internal if that feels more comfortable for you. Whatever works. We're not getting into a discussion whether we deserve to be unconditionally loved. Not a discussion, not a debate. It's just hearing your name said with unconditional love for who you are now, not some improved version of you. Unconditional love for who you are now, with all your frailty and limitations, all your qualities and abilities, everything included. the name. Just noticing what you're doing. If it feels appropriate for you, you might want to add a couple of words, simple words. I love you deeply, John, whatever feels appropriate for you. Face relax a bit. thumb rise up from the heart. Just noticing what you're doing. Slowly stop trying to do anything at all. So we're just sitting, keeping the posture, sitting with whatever's there. Mr. Derek Wilcox, love after love. The time will come and with elation you'll greet yourself arriving at your own door. In your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit, eat, give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who you have ignored. The time will come where with elation you'll greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror. And each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit, eat, give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you have ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Fill your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. Okay, so for those who wish to, you'll be popped into your group, and yeah, have a nice chat, conversation, whatever happened, and we'll come back together in 20 minutes and finish off with a short sit.
Great. So I will send everyone to the breakout rooms, except for the ones that mentioned to me. You will get a notification in there for you to join. If you don't want to join, you just can just dismiss that notification, and it's totally okay if you prefer not to join. So I will open the rooms now, and it will be 20 minutes. So hope you have a great time in your groups. See you in a bit.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
So just settling yourselves down. So we'll do a short period of the metta bhavana. And if you have been in a group, I'm going to suggest that you just bring to mind the people that you were in a group with, um, rather than the normal stages. If you weren't in a group, well, you can just do the stages as you wish. And see if you can just keep it very kind of simple. So again, we're not getting into a kind of discussion really. Settling into the body. Maybe using the breath just to support awareness in the heart center. Notice how the breath naturally takes you down to the heart, the lungs that kind of caress the heart. Face that. So starting with a sense of loving kindness. You can go a bit further than that, perhaps unconditional love for yourself. maybe just bringing to mind someone you were in a group with, or if not, just a friend. And try and keep it nice and simple. Staying aware of your heart area. You do it. little bit short of time, so we just have one more stage. You've been in the group, maybe just start by remembering the group. It's like you, these people are trying to develop awareness and love in our lives, in the world. Just like you, they're subject to impermanence, joy and disappointment. Trying to connect on a human level because you know what it's like to be a human being. Don't you? And in whatever way feels appropriate, you just extend this feeling of love, compassion for the world. That's not just human beings, animals, maybe even vegetative world, the world of plants and fungi, everything that maintains life on this very soil, stars, sun, and the moon. Some sentience must have begun in the stars. Might just feel like be enlightened by the myriad of things. lovely to be practicing with you all this afternoon. And, hope a nice evening. You join us at 7:30 at